Hello everyone, it has been a while since I've done a normal video, not a vlog. Oh, so yeah, it's been a while. I'm not doing my footage from last week. There was next to nothing, and this week I've done like no footage, so I'm just gonna start back vlogging when I go back to uni next week. But I needed obviously to do some nice videos for you guys, and I thought I'm in such an Avengers comic mood and stuff that I found an old Avengers tag back when Christine did it with Margaret Stoll, and I went, why not do an Avengers book tag and get to talk about some of my favourite characters in both the Marvel Cinematic Universe and in literature, because why not? I have even got my time stone necklace on because why not? I even have an Avengers poster now. I'm full on these days. Like, Endgame has ruined me and has ruined my mind, and I am just like full blown Avengers now. But what's the harm in that? So, as obviously today we're doing the Avengers book tag. I have added some different characters because some characters weren't mentioned and there is some that I think should have been mentioned, so I've added a couple and they'll be at the end. I will put Christine's video down below. I don't know if she's the one that started the tag, but she's where I found it, so I'm gonna do it there. But without further ado, let's get right into it. The first person that we are, I don't know how to, I don't do tags, but the first character is Antman, and the question is the favourite first book in a series. As Antman started off the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what was your favourite start? And it's just a classic, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Just, it's the best first book in a series, guys. Come on, there's a reason we are still getting more Harry Potter content pretty much every week on Pottermore, and just like constantly being involved in this universe. It started here, it'll always have started here. Favourite first book in a series, I don't really have anything else to say about that. So next is Captain America, and that is your favourite book series set in another time period, and for me that is The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. It's set in the 1800s in Victorian London. I'm not a massive historical literature girl, but I absolutely adore this trilogy. It's just incredible. I absolutely adore Tessa Gray, and just, I love this one so much. So for Thor, the question is, or statement is, a character that became more appealing once they were cast, because like, not obviously, apparently not everyone liked Thor, and then he got cast as Chris Hemsworth and everyone's like, Thor's hot, let's like Thor, because he is, obviously, but that's digressing. But my answer for this one's actually a lot of the Cullens from the Twilight series. Was not a big Emmett fan, was not a big Carlisle fan. I was just like, yeah, they're family, whatever. But like Callum Lutz, Peter Facinelli, like Jackson Rathbone, they just start like doing the guys in the Cullens and they became more appealing. Even Ashley Greene, who played Alice, she was a lot more appealing after I watched her in the film. I don't know, I just think I actually really liked who they cast for all the Twilight films in correlation to like their descriptions in the book. They were quite good actually, so obviously not like the film was good, but like their casting was good in the fact that they got people that looked like the characters and they didn't change it. So yeah. So the next character is Hawkeye, who I adore. I love Clint Barton so much. I've started to read bits of him from the comics and he's just, oh, I want to hug him. I just want to hug him. Hawkeye, it is a book that you loved, that you were ashamed of loving, and as a child with the people I hung out with, reading wasn't a big thing, and I loved the film when I was a kid, and then I loved the book, and then it wasn't until we had to read the book for school that everyone else started liking it around me, and that was actually Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I don't know, I was obsessed with this story as a kid. and then it wasn't until everyone else was older and we read the book that I kind of felt I didn't feel ashamed anymore in saying how much I loved it, because as a sort of going into my teenage years, a lot of people didn't like people who watched Disney films or anything like that, and I adored the story of Alice, and then reading Alice and then getting to actually have to read Alice for school was just, it made everyone else have to turn around and actually pay attention to the story, and yeah, I think I really appreciated that. So I think Alice is the book I was ashamed about until everyone else started really liking it. I don't know, I didn't really have I've never really been ashamed in my reading tastes. I've always had different reasons for why I've liked different things, but this is the only one that I can sort of think of that I was not even really a little ashamed about, but just like that shame feeling. But yeah. So next is Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. So it's like a sibling or a duo that you absolutely love, and they're not biological sisters, they're shadow kiss sisters, and I adore them so much, and that is Rose and Lissa from the Vampire Academy series. I just think that they are the sweetest. They care about each other so much. Rose just adores the earth that Lissa walks on and wants to protect her and still help her become stronger, and I just appreciate seeing two women who are so strong and so secure in themselves and in helping each other that they'll do anything pretty much to save each other, and yeah, I love them. For Loki, the question is, you can probably see the book now, the question is a villain you can't help but love, and I didn't love her straight away. I grew to love her, and then she didn't really become like a big villain or anything like that. But my choice is Manon Blackbeak from the Throne of Glass series, particularly Empire of Storms, which is when I started to really care about her as a character. As soon as we got her in Heir of Fire, I was like a lot of people, I just wanted to skip her pages. I couldn't care less about her, and then I started to really learn about her and really get into her head, and I just started just loving her vicious ways. She's such a ruthless bitch, but I love it. Oh, I love the way Sarah introduced her. I love just how, just those little bits that we got of her, and then when her and Selena, Aylin, however you want to call her, they first got together and they first fought, and I was just like, I'm actually on Manon's side on this. Love it. Absolutely loved her. So definitely a villain that I fell in love with, that I probably shouldn't have, but I think everyone pretty much did. So for Antman, the question is a book that you want to read but haven't gotten to. So can I just show you my whole shelf? All of my shelves, I mean this pile here, and then this pile here, and then most of this pile here, and then this pile here. So just my whole shelf pretty much should just be my answer. This is the latest one I picked up, so we'll just grab it, and that is Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I love them as a duo writing team and just sci-fi, and they're really good at it, and I think they understand the worlds they create, and yeah, so Aurora Rising is definitely one I want to read but I haven't gotten to just yet, like most of my shelving. Oh my god. Hulk, a book that gets you worked up. I can't talk about it without getting worked up. City of Heavenly Fire. Okay, just when you love Isabel Lightwood as much as I do, and then they go and do that to her emotionally by the end of it, what were you thinking, Cassandra Clare? Like, yes, you wrap up the series well, yes, it's fabulous the way you've done it, but you just hurt my child. I can't get over it. I get angry. I get angry. I loved it. I absolutely love this book, but it just made me so angry. It made me so angry. And I still haven't gotten enough Isabel after it. Like, I just need more of her, okay? Just, see, I'm getting worked up, and I'm gonna stop because this is not a rant at all. Yet. Ultron's in this. So for Ultron, it is your favourite snobby character. It's like a snobby child. I'm gonna steal Christine's answer and go with Draco Malfoy. I thought I'd just grab the second book because that would make more sense to grab another one. Draco Malfoy, snobby as hell child. Come on, mate. You are just a little child all the time. Like, my father's gonna hear about this. Like, your father can do nothing. Your father is a wimp. Like, come on, mate. Come on, mate. Just, Draco, snobby child. Once again, getting heated up over Draco. I think I'm on a heated up mood now. My favourite character, Black Widow. I love her. I absolutely love her. I mean, I have her right there. This is one of the 3 versions I have of her as a pop. But Black Widow is a character, a side character, a sidekick or something you believe deserves their own series. After that little rant, I'm sure you can assume what my answer is. But if you need any help, it's Isabel Lightwood. Give me more Isabel. Like, look, I love her, but I don't think she could unless there was a big story between like her and Simon, I don't think they could handle their own series. Maybe a novella bind-up where they feature more than once or twice. I know that was kind of Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy, but that was more Simon, not Isabel, even though Isabel was in practically every story. But I think Isabel deserves a lot more than what she's given. She is just so smart and so interesting and intricate and different, and a character that has so much depth to her that you just don't see. Like, you see a bit of it and it's starting to come through more and more and more, but there is so much more that we could have and we just don't get it, and I want to get it and I really want to get it so much. But Isabel, just give me more Isabel and I'll be happy. Just, she deserves so much more. Like Black Widow does. Natasha Romanoff deserves more. And that was the last of the characters that Christine did, and I have 3 more that I just wanted to put in here. I feel like they deserve it, especially after Endgame. Obviously there are so many more characters that we could discuss, but here are 3 more that I just wanted to talk about. My first one is Doctor Strange, and that is an intelligent character. So a character has either a wide intellect or likes to sort of boast about it a little bit. And honestly, I think Benedict can only do intellectual characters. Like, obviously he can do other things, I'm not saying he's a bad actor or anything, but he does intellectual characters so well. So my head went straight to Sherlock. So Sherlock Holmes, such an intellectual character. As much as the show's so widely known and Robert as Sherlock in the films is so well known and they're both fabulous, I don't see many people talking about the actual literature of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and I just think it deserves even more recognition because it is incredible. It's not easy to get through, but you can definitely see the character of Sherlock Holmes and his intellect and his incredible intelligence and incredible way of deduction and learning and working things out, and just all around I think that he is one of the most intellectual characters in literature that spans from the beginning to now. Sherlock is just incredible. Thanos, your favourite overarching villain, because we have known about Thanos since the end of the first Avengers film. Like, love that. Love how well Thanos was introduced to us. I adored it. I'm very interested to see who the next big villain's going to be for the next 10 years of Marvel. Let's just see where that goes. There's so many that you could choose from. There really is. I don't know if 3 Harry Potter books is excessive, but Voldemort's probably got to be my favourite overarching villain. He's a character that we knew from the first book, who was the villain from the first book get-go. We never had any other idea that it wasn't a battle against Voldemort. From the start, we knew that that's where we were going from the Philosopher's Stone. We had that inkling that, okay, this is more than just you killed my father and mother, prepare to die. This is, you were slaughtering thousands, you are tearing apart families and communities, and you are just villainous and seeking immortality and pure strength. And Voldemort is easily one of the best written villains in my opinion. I think without Voldemort we wouldn't have had so many other kinds of villains come around. The whole Chosen One storyline versus the fact that it was all off a single prophecy, just everything. Voldemort, one of the best overarching villains in a book series ever. And then my last one is for the Winter Soldier, or James Buchanan Barnes, Bucky Barnes. A character that made a surprising comeback, whether it was we believe they were killed off or they just went away for a little bit and came back. Okay, because I did the question, I'm going to reword the answer a little bit. You can do prequel series that you read after, I think, because they are surprising comebacks to you as a reader. So for me it was seeing Aelin and Helen in Red Scrolls of Magic, and just even Tessa. So yeah, Aelin, Helen and Tessa were probably my big oh my god comeback moments in Red Scrolls of Magic, because I didn't think this was the first time that Alec would have met them or Magnus met them and seen them. And it starts off so much more because this is set in the middle of the Mortal Instruments, so many characters that we do know that they meet, we're actually witnessing their first meeting, and I think that was quite surprising. So that is my answer for Bucky. And that is my last character, my end of answers. I don't know how to wrap up these tags sort of videos, but yeah, so thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. I am planning on filming a few more of these kinds of videos soon, especially because I'm not vlogging this week. I've stopped vlogging this week. I'm going to go back to it next week, so 2 weeks without vlogs, just to give myself a break and then get back into it when uni starts. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have different answers or certain characters that you think should be on this tag or want my answers for or anything like that, leave them down below. I would love to hear what you guys thought of these characters that I've combined with Marvel characters, and yeah, I will see you all in another video shortly. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!